had the 6 blocks going up on the left side. Then we placed the 3 blocks going up on the right here, and then we placed the 2 sets of 2s. Here's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and then the 2 blocks going diagonal. Like I said, again, I don't really do this. It's kind of rare that I go ahead and give you a little recap of what I've done, but I really want you to complete this pixel art, unlike, I don't know, some random tutorials that'll just tell you, all right, press this, put this here, put that there, okay, now we're going to move, blah, 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 blah. My pixel art's real. So, starting from the 2 blocks going at diagonal, starting from that block there, you're going to place 2 side, 2 blocks going up on the right. It's 1, 2. Diagonal up to the right. 4 blocks diagonal. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of those. Now place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 2 blocks. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Now place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2. Now place 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. Now place 12 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 12 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 blocks. Now place 2 sets of 3s going across on the upper level to the right. 2 sets of 3s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 2 sets of 3s. Now starting underneath the second set of 3s, starting from the middle block of the second set of 3s going across, so starting from there, you're going to place 1 black wool on top of the right block of the second set of 3s going across, so starting on top of that block, the right block, you're going to place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1 and 2. 2 blocks diagonal, and it should look like this. Now you're going to place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 2 blocks going across. That's 1, 2. Now place 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right. 3 blocks diagonal. So that's 1, 2, 3. So it should look like this. And don't get rid of the placement blocks yet. If you did, that's fine. All you need to keep is this one here, the placement block underneath the first block going diagonal, so we can get rid of these. So make sure it looks exactly like this so far with the placement block here. Now with the black wool starting on the right side of this placement block, so starting from there, place 3 blocks going across. That's 1, 2, 3. So it looks like this. Now get rid of that. Now starting on top of the right block of these 3 blocks going across, so starting on top of this block, you're going to place 5 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blocks going diagonal up to the right, and it should look exactly like this. Now let's go back to the 3 blocks going across here, and going back to the right block of the 3 blocks, starting underneath it this time, you're going to place 9 blocks going down. 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 blocks going down. Now we're going to move back to the 3 blocks going diagonal up here. So going back to these 3 blocks diagonal, starting from that block there, you're going to place 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. 3 blocks across, upper level to the left. That's 1, 2, 3. Now place 1 block going diagonal down to the left. That's 1. Now 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. 1, 2. Just a heads up, this is going to be the outline for his sword, so we're not going to completely get the outline of Deadpool in this part. Just a heads up, because I put a lot of detail into Deadpool's sword here. So, from these 2 blocks going across, so starting from that block, you're going to place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. That's 1 and 2. Now place 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. 2 blocks. So that's 1, 2. Now, starting underneath the right block of these 2 blocks going across, so starting underneath that block, you're going to place 1 black wool. So that's 1, and it should look like this. Now let's go back to these 2 blocks going across to the left, and this time starting from the left block, so starting from that block, you're going to place 1 block going diagonal down to the left. That's 1. And it should look exactly like this. Now from this 1 block, you're going to place 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. 2 blocks across. 1, 2. So it should look exactly like this. I'll fly back so you can see. I do recommend pausing the video now just so you can compare blocks so they look exactly like this. Now we're going to move back up here to the 3 blocks going across that we placed going to the left. The blocks that came after these 3 blocks diagonal up to the right. So go back to these 3 blocks here, and we're going to start on top of the right block. So starting on top of the right block, we're going to be placing what is known as a linked block. It's going to be linked blocks. So you're going to place a linked 3 blocks going across to the right. Now, what is a linked? Now, this is what a linked is. Usually when I tell you to place anything like a regular, for instance, if I said 3 blocks across, don't do this, just look. This is just an example. If I said 3 blocks across, you would use the placement block. So that would be 1, 2, 3. So it would look like that. Now, don't do this again. This is just for example. I'm going to destroy this in a second. So it would look like this if I said just regular 3 blocks across. If I just said 3 blocks, I wouldn't say regular. But in this case, we don't need the placement block because I said linked. Now, the links are going to always be connected to each other. So instead of the placement block, I said, now do this. You should do this. Place a link 3 blocks going across starting on top of the right block. So that's 1, 2, whoops, that's 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we didn't need the placement block to get there because we started on top of this block. On top or next, it doesn't really matter. If I say linked, you're going to start next to the block that I instruct you. So it looks like that. That's what linked blocks are. In other words, just connected. That's just a new term. For those of you who are new to my tutorials, of course, for all of you that aren't new, you know exactly what linked blocks are. So, now that we have the linked 3 blocks going across, starting from that block there, the right block of the 3 blocks going across, we're going to start on top of it. Starting from there, you're going to place 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1. Starting from there, that's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. Get rid of those. And it should look exactly like this so far. So now let's move back down here, down to the left, to where we had the 2 blocks going across here after the 1 block diagonal down to the left, and then we had the 2 blocks going across to the left. We're going to start from the left block of these 2 blocks going across, so starting from that block there, you're going to place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. Now keep in mind, we're going to come back to this 1 block here, the second block of the 2 blocks going diagonal. I just want you to keep that in mind. We're going to come back to this later on. So let's focus here on the 2 blocks that we just placed going diagonal up to the right. And starting from that block, you're going to place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 2 blocks across, upper level to the right. 1, 2. So it looks like that. Now place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. Now place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2. And now place one block going diagonal up to the right. That's one. Now 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2. Now 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. And it should look like this so far. Now we're going to go back to the 1 block that we just placed going diagonal up to the right. So from that block, you're going to place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2. Now place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1.
What are you guys playing?
I'm supposed to be playing Game of War, but this one player keeps kicking my ass. Is it the Legend 27? Yeah, the Legend.
Now 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 3 blocks. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And the 3rd block should be on top of this black wall here.
Really?
If it is, you're doing everything correctly so far.
Please no.
Now, starting on top of the right block of the 3 blocks going across that we just placed, so starting from there, you're going to place a linked 2 blocks going across to the right. A linked 2 blocks. Now, again, for those of you who are new, I do stress the word link, like maybe 3 times, just in case there's some dummy that didn't hear the first time or the second time. I told them to place a linked. I will always stress the word linked no matter what. So linked 2 blocks going across, so it looks like this.
Dat is al een blokje. En dat is nog wel.
En volgens mij je kan insteken.
Het is wel geen lange draad, maar ik heb er hier geen langere. Misschien wel, maar ik weet niet waar.
Wel vasthouden totdat ik het vast heb. Dan ga ik ook niet maar. Dan zal het doen terug.
Oh, wacht. Deze is volgens mij langer. En dan ga ik ook een ander blokje geven.
Waarom?
Omdat deze blokje van die lager is. Zie, dat is een langere.
Veel langer. Zie, die vijand die kan gewoon richten op mij af. Die komt zo recht voor mij en zo. Bam, en echt waar zijn kopgoal. Dat is machtig. Dat is een machtig schot. En dan ben ik gewoon geweest.
Ik hoop het nog.
Sorry if it sounds annoying, but I'm always going to be stressing that word. Now, starting on top of the right block of the 2 blocks going across, so starting from that block, you're going to place 1 black wall. So it looks like that. Now, from this 1 block, you're going to place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. That's 1. So it should look like this. Go ahead and pause the video now if you need to, because there's some weird shapes going on here. Alright, so now let's go back down here. Going back to the 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. Now remember I said we were going to come back to this block here. So we're going back to these 2 blocks diagonal, and we're going to start from this black wall now. Now, if you do remember, we had 2 blocks going diagonal from the first block that went diagonal up to the left. This time we're going to start from the 2nd block, so the 2nd block diagonal. So from that block, you're going to place 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 blocks diagonal. So in total, you can count this, and it's actually 5 blocks, starting from the 2nd block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you were to count it like that, going up to the right, it's a total of 5 blocks diagonal. Now, starting from that block, you're going to place 2 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the right. 2 sets of 2s. That's 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. That's 2 sets of 2s.
Omdat dat makkelijk is voor te zien tussen dat zwart wol.
Now place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. Now 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 2 blocks. 1, 2.
You're not going to find me, I'm going to kill you.
Now place 3 blocks going up on the right side. 3
Wel,
blocks
geen
going
levensdag, hè?
up on the
Al 2
right.
vijanden meegemaakt die mij geen
1,
leven hebben
2,
kunnen doen.
3. So it should look like
I'm going to
this.
find you. Ah, daar weer. Oh, het is goed binnen.
Now, starting from the center block of the 3 blocks going up, in other words, the middle block, it shouldn't be hard at all to find. So the middle block, you're going to start on the right side of it. So starting from the right block of the middle block of the 3 blocks going up, so starting from there, you're going to place 3 blocks going across to the right. So that's 1, 2. So it should look like this.
1, there's a 1, 2. 1, 2,
Now keep
3,
these
4.
3 blocks going up on the right in mind, because we're going to come back to these 3 blocks going up. So let's go back over here to the 2 blocks. Now starting from that block, you're going to place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. And now place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 2 blocks. That's 1, 2.
Goeie.
Should be making contact with this 1 block here.
Oui, oui.
So get rid of that. It should look like this. Now let's go back to the 3 blocks going up that I told you we were going to return
Yeah!
to. So let's start from the top block of the 3 blocks going up. So starting from that block, starting on the left side of it, so starting from there, you're going to place 9 blocks going across. So starting from there, again, just 9 blocks going across to the left. So that's 1. This block that we just placed, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was 9 blocks going across. Now, there are some people that do make the mistake of actually counting the block. Say, if I were to say place 9 blocks going across like I did, they would actually count this block here, the top block of like the 3 blocks, as the first block. We didn't count this. Every number that's set it belongs to itself. So don't count that. Just place. This is the first block. That should have been the first block here. So that's 9 blocks going across. Now, starting on top of the left block of the 9 blocks going across, so starting on top of this black wall, so from there, place 2 blocks going up. That's 1, and that's 2. So it looks like that. Now let's go back to the block here, the left block of the 9 blocks going across, just going back to this block. You're going to place 3 blocks going down on the left side. On the left side, 3 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now place 3 blocks going down on the right side. So on the right side, 3 blocks going down. 1, 2, 3. Now let's go back to the top block of the 3 blocks going down on the right. So going back to this block here, you're going to place a linked 2 blocks going up on the right side. A linked 2 blocks going up on the right. So that's 1, that's 2. That's a linked 2 blocks going up on the right. Now you're just going to place 2 blocks going up on the right. 2 blocks going up on the right. Notice that I did not say linked, so it's just regular. So that's just 2 blocks going up on the right, and it should be making contact with these 9 blocks going across to the left. Now let's go back to these 3 blocks that went down on the left side of these 9 blocks going across. So going back to these 3 blocks going down on the left, we're going to start from the top block. So starting from that block there, you're going to place a linked 2 blocks going up on the left side. A linked 2 blocks going up on the left. So that's 1, 2. That's a linked 2 blocks going up. Now you're going to place 2 blocks going up on the left side. 2 blocks going up on the left. So that's just 1, 2. Now place place a linked 2 blocks going up on the left side. A linked 2 blocks. Now, I will apologize in advance. There is going to be a lot of linked blocks, so you're going to hear me stress the word linked a lot. So, that's a linked 2 blocks, and just do a little quick recap. We had the 3 blocks here going down on the left, then we had the linked 2 blocks going up, and then we had the regular 2 blocks here, just 2 blocks going up, and then we had the linked 2 blocks going up. Now, there is going to be a massive amount of these links, so I'm going to be doing a lot of recaps. So, now starting from that block, you're going to place 2 blocks going up on the left side, 2 blocks going up on the left. So that's 1, 2.